was to run 144. It wasn't to run 143. It was just to be smart and not to get too far ahead of myself. So looking at the field and hearing about what the pace was going to be through 400, I knew that I was going to be either at the back or second back from the back or third from the back. So I just played it conservatively and just ran my own race and just didn't want the other people to interfere with it. So yeah, sat at the back, just you know, sucked the life out of everyone else in front of me, and then Justin said that, you know, around the steeple at the 150 metre mark to go, if you feel good, then let's start passing people, and that's exactly what I did. And you know, again, it's, you know, perfect tactics given to me from Justin to enable me to equal the record.
Well, congratulations. Now, I had this mental picture, Justin, of you being by the finish line going absolutely ballistic. But I understand you weren't even there.
No, so I went to Europe with Alex for the first 3 weeks of his trip over there. I think he was over there for 8 weeks in total. And then I came back home, had to go back to work at ANZ. And then we found out, so I think I found out at like 6:03 in the morning. So Alex raced on that Monday or Tuesday night. And I got up to watch that at 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I was up until 6 o'clock in the morning waiting to hear if we get in the race and waiting for technicians to come through. And then I finally found out it was through, and then the first thing I did was jump online and tried to see how much a ticket to Monaco would be, and get there. It was like $4,700, and I got a wedding coming up this year, and so I asked my fiancée if I could go, and she said, oh, no. I said, you know, come on, you don't really need that dress. Apparently the dress is really important, so it didn't go down too well. I said, maybe we can cut a few guests off the list. So unfortunately I couldn't pay the $4,700 to get over there. So I was at you know, some friend's house watching that live on Foxtel, anxiously. And like Alex said, it went exactly to plan. Actually, we didn't plan to equal the record, we planned to break it, or just miss it. So, but I think it's made the record even more special by him equaling it. Sort of, sure. Like Don Bradby, you know, equaling that kind of record like Mark Taylor did.
Terrific. All right. And so they came good on their promise?
They haven't yet, but it's in the process. So,
sure.
No, I got an email last week. You know, just confirming that you know, they're going to be good to their word, and they were asking about my movements in Melbourne in the next couple of weeks, because I want to, I guess, you know, make a little you know, media day out of it. You know, to get themselves good publicity. It's, you know, free advertising. Well, not free advertising for them, but it's, you know, advertising of some sort. So yeah, it will happen in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully can hear from them soon. Okay.
And is it true that there's a potential for that money to be reinvested with that bookmaker?
Not with my knowledge. Not with my knowledge, but with my brother's help. Yeah.
All right. Now, it's been a fantastic story for you so far, but then, of course, we get to Glasgow, and you suffer an injury. What happened?
So what happened was I didn't listen to my coach. So after, and this is the first time in 7 years that I haven't done that. So after I ran Monaco, I was so excited that I wanted to find that extra level, and Justin gave me my program, and there were just a few, you know, not massive things, but a few little things that I, you know, didn't do to his, you know, to his wishes, such as adding in a few extra sprints in my warm up, or you know, hitting times that were faster than what he suggested and what he wanted. So what happened was, it was the last rep of basically my last training session, and it was just a race pace rep, and because I'd added in all those extra high intensity workouts and additions to the training, I was just so fatigued that coming around the bend, my hamstring was fatigued and unfortunately strained.
All right, and that ended your season?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, bad luck. Justin, one for you. How do you think Alex would have gone in the 800 at Glasgow, but for that unfortunate injury?
I think, well, the way the race was won, I mean, the guys who came first and second, you know, the world record holder came second, the guy who won was one of the fastest times ever. I believe Alex could have got third, and I think if everything had gone right, he would have got second. I can't envision a race with him not coming third in that race. Just the way he's running. He was consistently running 144, 145, running 145 in Luzerne, and it wasn't even a great race. It made a few errors, so he would have got third, pretty sure.
All right. We're close to the end. I just want to ask you a couple of general questions now about track running and athletics in general. Justin, I mentioned in my opening that you're a very experienced star at 800 yourself. What's the toughest training session for you that you did as an athlete?
I think the hardest training session I did was 5 300s with 4 minutes recovery, and I averaged 36.7 for that, 36.7. So.
Okay. Do you give Alex that one?
Alex did it once this year, I think. Didn't average that quick.
All right. And passing on to you, Alex. What's the hardest session you've done today?
The hardest session that I've done today would probably be that session, 5 300s off 4 minutes. So Justin gave me that session probably 3 weeks before Monaco, around about 3 weeks before Monaco, and I warmed up and he told me the session, and I said, "Oh, what's your best average?" It's 36 something. He said, "Oh, 36.7." And then I said, "Oh, okay." And then so Justin said to me, "Okay, for these, just run 37. Would run 37.
36.8.
Yeah, 37 to 37.5, and so." But hearing his best average was 36.7, I could not let that go. So I went out the first rep, I think I ran it around 36.7, and then I thought, I can do this, and then no. It was a world of pain.
And Luke, we'll bring you back into the discussion. Your hardest session today?
Something very similar to that. I usually do it 2 or 3 weeks out from a big race, so before APS, before National, before Worlds. It's just, it's 4 400s with, I think it's 5 minutes recovery, and leading into Nationals and APS, I managed to run them in about 53, 54 average, and then just before Worlds, I think my average was 52 for 4 of them, and I was, I couldn't walk for about 10 minutes.
I'll perhaps start with you, Luke, this time. Any rituals or superstitions when you race?
So I think a lot of the same. I just do the same warm-up, so I just go straight into run-throughs, 2 run-throughs in my runners, and then 200 metres worth of exercises, and then 3 run-throughs in my spikes, take my spikes off, head to the call room, and then when I get to the line, whatever. And then when I get to the line, which is probably the weird thing about it, is when they say on your marks, I tap my foot twice at the line, just to make sure that it's behind, and I kind of like dig my spike in, and then I get down to the crouch position.
I think you've left out one of your rituals. Something about underwear.
So this is a ritual that started, I think it was actually from that APS race. I kind of like to do things based on how I race with those preparations, and I have the same undies every time I race now.
So what would happen if you made the final of World Semis?
3 days ago.
You just keep washing.
My competitors just have 3 nose clips.
Any rituals or superstitions?
I think I used to always put my left spike on first, but maybe I had a really mild form of OCD, nowhere near Alex's level.
Alex?
So yeah, as we know, because Justin stitched me up, a little bit OCD. I don't like to wear any watches or anything like that because added weight. So there were a few races where in Europe. I'll stop. I'll stop. Yeah, no, okay. No watches.
Luke, what's the future hold for you?
On and off the track, or
on the track?
On the track. I'd like to say that the World Juniors was probably my first of hopefully many Australian teams. But for the short term, it's my first year being a senior, so I have to race guys like Rowe this year, and he's my competitor. So I think just for the domestic season, I don't think I'll be able to make world champs, but for the domestic season, just try and get on the back of Rowe and people like Jeff Risley, and just chase times and just try and get my PBs as low as possible.
Great. Best of luck with that. Alex, for you, the immediate future?
Immediate future on the track, I hope to. I just really want to keep improving myself as a holistic athlete. So I want to improve my speed, I want to improve my endurance, I want to improve my strength and power in the gym, and I just want to keep on just edging away at those little gains to hopefully just keep running faster. So yeah, that's the plan to come up, just keep improving.
All right. Justin, do you agree with that forward plan from
Yeah,
Alex?
I think
anything else in there that the coach might offer?
Just keep getting better every year. We had. I remember in 2009 writing down time goals for Alex up to 2016 because that's when the Olympics are. And this year the time goal that I wrote back 7 years or 6 years ago was 1:44.5, so he's just ahead of that. And yeah, we plan to get to 1:43s by next year, then 1:42, who knows? But yeah, just to keep on getting better every year and to win every race he enters.
Fabulous. And Alex, any advice for Luke?
I think the best piece of advice that I've been given by Justin is that running is a really simple sport, and that if you just do all the right things, and you don't need to be a hero and do one huge massive week of training, but if you're just consistent and you just keep on improving the qualities that that you're looking to improve, then the improvements will come. And you can't go from zero to hero. It's just about being consistent and just pushing on through and getting those improvements and just building up year after year.
Great. All right. And Justin, perhaps the final word. Now that you've coached an Australian record holder, what does the future hold for Justin, the coach?
Well,
I've got an idea.
Oh, good.
No idea.
I hear there's a vacancy for the head coach at Athletics. On that note, I'd get you to all thank our guests.